Next running event, the Peregrine Systems Men's Mile. El Garouge with the world record, the American record Steve Scott back in 1982, and the fastest time this year. Garouge on the track, the junior from Stanford, Gabe Jennings.
Running on his home track, says this will be his last race of the season. Said that at the NCAA meet last week, but this is actually supposed to be the last race of the season. 2000 took a lot out of him. He wants to take some time off.
And here is William Chirchir from Kenya.
And you always wonder why the Kenyans are so good. This man ran 3:47.94 last year, but also ran 1:43.33 for 800 meters and could probably make most of the world's championship teams in the world in the 800 meters. That's why they're so good.
And Kevin Sullivan from Canada.
He will be helping coach Alan Webb, the high school mile record holder at Michigan last year. Himself, Kevin Sullivan, 5th at the Olympics in Sydney. So he's a legitimate runner.
And the field in the men's mile presented by Peregrine Systems. Chirchir, Sullivan, Jennings. And the remainder of the group, Martin Keino, Kip Keino's son, now 29. And we expect David Kiptoo from Kenya to be the first out and to set the early pace.
Chirchir, just another one in a huge line of great Kenyan middle distance runners. Most notably started with Kip Keino back in the mid to late 60s. And his son Martin, who used to run for Arizona in this race.
Quite a few Kenyan athletes are now training in this arena, in fact, and I think that's also what's helping a lot of the American distance runners really get on top of their game. They're able to run with these great athletes on a daily basis, see what type of training they do, see how hard they train, because the Kenyan athletes probably train harder than any other athletes in the world.
David Kiptoo of Kenya and Jeremy Huffman, Arkansas All-American, setting the early pace.
And what they're used to seeing here at Stanford is great middle distance and distance running. Vin Lanana, the coach here, has recruited great athletes for his college team, but also great athletes for his farm team, where he's trying to develop middle distance and distance runners and trying to bring the next generation of great American distance runners. Americans have not done so well in the Olympic Games since winning a raft of medals back in 1964, but not too many since then in those events.
Kiptoo, Huffman, and Chirchir. And meanwhile, back on the track. A little more than a lap and a half to go, and William Chirchir has taken the lead.
And my, how things have changed. When we went away to the pole vault, there was a pretty closely knit group there. William Chirchir has opened up, looks like 10 to 20 meters on the rest of the field.
The rest of this field just not wanting to go with him. Of course, a couple of the Stanford runners have just had a very long season. Michael Stember, Gabe Jennings, they gave it everything they had at the Pac-10 conference, which they won as a team, and trying to defend their team title at the NCAA championships, which they were unable to do, finishing 3rd as a team. Chirchir's got about 25 meters on Kevin Sullivan and Martin Keino with 1 lap to go.
22 years of age, William Chirchir from Kenya.
And he's just gliding down the backstretch right now. Very, very comfortable.
And that's what's just so great about the Kenyan runners. To a man, they just have how to run correctly down. Put them in altitude in their homeland. You get a group of them together to run fast and run hard in the tradition that they've got established over the last 30-plus years. And you're going to continue to have greatness. This is just another one in a long line. William Chirchir dominating this good field.
And only 22 years of age. That's kind of scary.
And the son of the man who started this domination, Martin Keino, is running 3rd. Sullivan trying to hang on. It's William Chirchir gliding home with a victory in the mile, 3:52.86. Sullivan is 2nd. Martin Keino of Kenya finishes 3rd.
What an amazing athlete. Look, he's just strolling off the track like, I wonder if I need to go do maybe a 10-mile later on tonight. But the work ethic of the Kenyan athletes is absolutely incredible. And then you have to look at the situation that there's so many good athletes that they've got to train this hard if they expect to make it to the top.
William Chirchir, one of a group of 10 runners who have found a second home here in Palo Alto. Chirchir wins it. Kevin Sullivan second. Martin Keino third.